Hello everyone, welcome to AGB tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how you can make an escape the monster game in Scratch. So I named mine Jet Run. Here, we have a total of 10 health and we have our player riding a jet. That's why we named it Jet Run. And now he turns these monsters and put the health. And then we have two circles with which once if we get inside, we get teleported to a random position. And once the player touches the monster, it gives the sound oof. And it changes to a red costume and then to a yellow costume. And this is very complicated with these two circles running around. And once our health is 0, it says game over. So that's basically the preview of the game. If you want to know the coding part, make sure to watch till the end. And if you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to notify whenever I send a new video. Now let's start the coding part. So I have 3 sprites. The player, there's 2 costumes, an idle costume with the player and some rockets, and the attack costume, which is a red costume with the player. And I have 2 enemies here called the ghost costume, which has a mouth closed and a mouth open. So I have another enemy called the goop enemy. It has 2 sprites, one with its mouth closed just like the ghost and open. And I have the backdrop with a jungle backdrop and a game over. So you can just click on this backdrop icon, scroll down, you can find this jungle backdrop, click on it and you will get it. And you can choose anything of your choice, but I prefer the jungle. And for the game over costume, I just do the mouth open costume of the ghost, the mouth open costume of the group enemy. And just placed it here, increase the size, took the player, attacked the costume, placed it here, and then wrote game over with a red background. Now let's start coding our player. For that, go to the player, when green flag is clicked, zoom it a bit. You're going to click on this button, which is, now if you click on it, we'll get more space to code right here. So let's get the show option. When green flag is clicked, show. Next, go to controls, get a forever loop, get an if statement, go to operators, get a not, go to sensing, get a touching mouse pointer. Next, go to the motion, point towards mouse pointer and move 11 steps. So right now, let's just switch it to our jungle backdrop. And now if we do it in full screen, you can see that we have our player following our mouse. So you might be asking, okay, but we can also be done by when green flag is clicked forever, point towards mouse pointer and move. But in what I did, the if statement is, if you see, once it touches my mouse, it stops moving. Yes, and if we see what will happen, if we just remove this not, just put it here, is that our game will start, but then once it touches our mouse pointer, it just lags or just goes left, up and down and left and right. It doesn't look so good. So I mostly use this code. Oops. Yes. Now we need to create another variable called health. This will be for all sprites, and when green flag is clicked, set health to 10. So now that is done. Let us go to our ghost enemy and then get a when green flag is clicked. Go to Lux, get a show. Let us go back to the player, get this forever loop, and put this in the ghost enemy. Next, snap it under the when green flag is clicked, and instead of touching mouse pointer, change this to player. Same with the here. Now let's just decrease weight by 5 and then just drag this code to the group enemy. Oops. There. And now let's decrease it a bit more by 3. Now if we see, we have our player and the group and the ghost enemy is following us. Like that, but you can see that we're not taking damage and they're not animating as we wanted. So let's just stop the code, go back to the player, make sure that when the green flag is clicked, switch costume to the idle costume, and then get another when green flag is clicked, get a forever loop, and then in this, say that if go to operators, get an OR statement, go to sensing, if touching mouse pointer or touching mouse pointer, change this to ghost enemy and group enemy. Yes. Next, go to variables, change the health by -1. Now, if I go to sound custom, I already have a sound called oof, which that's all. And I play sound oof. If we see right here, this is our health and says the sound. Okay, so now that's good. Next, go to looks and then get a switch costume to attack. So what it will do is once it touches switches to do damage the costume. Okay, now let's stop that and go to controls, get a weight 0. I think 3 seconds will be good, or wait, 15 seconds. Next, go to looks and then again switch the costume back to idle. Now if you try it, we have our enemies following us and we can move, and once it touches us, it decreases our health and then it continues. So that's good. Now let's go back to the ghost enemy and then get another when green flag is clicked, get a forever loop, go get not an if statement, but a wait 1 second, change that to 0.3 seconds, and then go to looks, go to next costume. Now if we again go to the sound, I have another sound right there. So this is basically the sound which it is going to make once it does its animation. So what it will do is it just opens and closes its mouth. So let's just duplicate this code, take out the code, and then get a start recording, but get an if statement, go to operators, get an equal symbol, change this to 2, go to lux, go get the if the costume number is equal to 2, start sound recording 1. and then go back to controls, get a wait until, get a not, and then duplicate this. Oops, not this one. Duplicate this code. If the cost number is not equal to 2, it should wait. So now if we see, it does the sound once it open its mouth. So what happens if we remove this wait until is that it is going to lag its sound like that. So let's just put that there. And yes, I just recorded this sound. So if you want, you can decrease its volume. I even made one for the goop one. I think that will be good. So let's just drag these two into the group enemy. Just like that, and make sure even if it's recorded one, again click it so that it doesn't lag. So you can see that these two are doing that sound at the same time. So let's just increase it by 0.7 seconds. So you can see first the ghost does the sound first and then the group monster. So now, if we see, once we get damaged, we lose our health, but once our health goes to 0, it goes below 0, which we don't want. So let's just stop the code, and then let's go to player. Let's just get the when green flag is clicked, go to controls, get a forever loop, yes, and then get an if statement, go to operators, get a less than symbol, next, go to variables, get health. If the health is less than 1, which is basically 0, then go to events and then broadcast message. Let's make a new message, game over. Next, let's go to looks and then hide, go to controls, get a stop all. Now let's go back to the ghost enemy, get a when I receive game over, go to looks, and then click get an hide. It will hide it when it receives that its health is less than 0. So we can just again drag this to the group enemy. So now if we see, we can get damage, we can move, and once it's 0, it will disappear and it stops. So the reason we want it to disappear is that we have this game over costume, and if it does not disappear, it will be staying like here. So now let's go to events, get a when green flag is clicked, and when there is a game over. Next, go to looks, get a switch backdrop to backdrop 2, which is our game over, and then when green flag is clicked, switch to jungle. Now if we see, our backdrop is the jungle. It shows the game over and it has the 2 sprites. So now you can see that our game is literally easy, and we just dot these 2 by going in circles and circles. And let's just make the game a bit more complex by let's just add some portals or circles in which if a player goes through, it will be sent to a random position. So you can just make it simple. Just get the circle tool and you can zoom it a bit. I think I'll put it to blue. Next, you can just add anything. So I just going to do something like this. Okay, I think I'll do with that. And you can just duplicate this and let's just say turn it a bit. Then you can just change its color to like green and then change it to, for example, yellow. Yes. So we have these two. And I'm just going to shrink it a bit. 50. I think 78. Yes, and it looks like a good number. Now let's just code our portals. Oh wait, let me just name them first. Portal 1 and portal 2. Now let's just code them. Get a binding pin is clicked. Go to controls forever. Let's go to the motion and then glide 1 second to random position. Just change it to 2 and just turn 15 degrees. Yes. So you can see it's doing. So I think we can just remove this. And then let's go to looks and get a show. And then yes, let's just go back to the ghost enemy and just drag these two game over into the portal 1 and portal 2. And let's just drag this piece of code to this second portal. You can see both of them are now moving. And then let's make them differentiate. Let's make the blue one go 3 seconds. Actually, 3 seconds. And now, if you see, they're moving differently. The blue one is moving slowly, while the green one is moving fastly. Now, the purpose of these portals are to teleport the player to a random place. So again, just duplicate this code. Just remove the code inside it. This one too. And then go to operators, get an OR statement. Go to sensing, get an if touching portal 1 or touching portal 2. Then go to motion, go to random position. Now if you see, once we go through these portals, we go to random positions. And this will make the game a bit complex, as going through these portals may lead us to the monster itself and we'll somehow try and dodge them. Okay, so the game is doing a little bit harder. So now let's just make it that when the player's health is 0, let's just change it to the game over backdrop. So for that, we have this code right here. Now if you see our game, let's just stand one last thing to our game. Let's go back to the player and then let's just set a particular position. I think 0, 0 will be good, like at the center of the screen. 0, 0. Then let's just do the same for the ghost enemy. When green flag is clicked, go to this position and for the group enemy. Yes. Now, they start a particular position every time we start the new game. So that's it for this video. If you like it, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay notified whenever I send a new video. Thank you.